Well, welcome back. This is a patrol story. I transferred from a Latin division of 7 years. I went to a black area. It doesn't really matter where you go. It's all city's all diverse, but it just happened to be black. And in that division, obviously, we had a number of black officers. We had some Latino officers because it was 80% black, 20% Latino, and then some others. And we had a lot of what they call salt and pepper teams. In other words, if you have a smaller amount of minority officers and they get mixed in with Caucasian officers. That's what we call that, salt and pepper teams. You had a white officer. In this case, I had a white partner and me, Mexican. And then the other car was a black and a white. And then some nights I'd work with a black guy. So they try to mix all the races. They want to represent the community as best they could. And the public wants to see that they have, not a bunch of Gestapo Nazis, which everybody thinks the cops are. These are regular people. I mean, we're humans from the human race. They draft from the human race. And so, of course, all cops, blacks, Mexicans, doesn't really matter. We're all blue, basically, or gray. We all have the same, or brown. We have all sense of, really cold sense of humor. There'll be more stories coming up on RealCopStoryVideos.com. We're up to 209 of those babies. All kinds of jokes, cop humor everywhere, all over the place. Okay, here's one that's really interesting, and you can believe me if you want. Okay, here's the thing. Actually, I have two things. One, it hasn't been proven by science, but the full moon nights are higher in crime. All it seems like it's higher in crime. We get more hot calls. We get more family disputes, husband beating wives, wives beating husbands, neighbor disputes when the moon's out. Okay, seriously, I think if you ask psychologists, oh, that's not been proven, then you get them on the side and go, yeah, kind of. Okay, it's one of those things. Okay. Anyway, here's another one. Okay, we're driving around. I'm new in division, so although I'm senior guy now, I'm in charge of 9 people. I'm like a pre-supervisor. I'm in charge of 9 officers throughout all the 3 shifts: morning, which is midnight, and the day shifts. And so I'm working with another trained officer, both trained officers, but he's one of my guys, but we're still equal in rank. But he's been here 7 years, so he's showing me the division. It takes like about a week to learn to show me the biggest, the main streets and how different things, because different divisions are different. Maybe a little bit longer, a couple of weeks maybe. So I'm the first couple nights with him. Right? We're driving around. He's showing me stuff where we go. And of course, during that time, there'll be another story coming up. We respond to radio calls, and we do like normal police work, write tickets and all that stuff. So it's getting late. It's like 11 o'clock at night. It's a weeknight, getting kind of quiet. Okay, so I'm asking him about different things. I first of all, this is not a racial statement. I've never been around blacks, hardly at all. I grew up in a non-black area, so I'm very interested in. Like I said earlier, I'm like a sponge. I'm watching everything that any group does. I grew up in a Latino area, so even though I was born and raised Latino, still a lot of things I don't know, especially the criminal element. In the neighborhoods I grew up in, we were clean, we were clean, and we were law-abiding. We were poor, but there's no excuse for being a criminal if you're poor. Absolutely not. Okay, so anyway, I learned from where growing up Latin, Mexican, and then going to the black area, I wanted to know all about here, because I'm a beer, I want to learn all about. I'm a community relations officer, I want to know what I'm doing, where I'm at. Not that it means anything, but just give you a picture of where I'm at. So in any division in the city, there's always loose dogs running around. Okay, packs of them. We call packs 3 or more, they just run loose. People don't leave them on the leash or lead them out at night to go eat or whatever, but you'll see 2 or 3 running down the street or down an alley, and animal control does not come out at night. They're too dangerous for them. They'll come out if they're called, but even if they get called, they usually don't come out at night because they're afraid. And I don't blame them. They're wearing uniforms. People might confuse them to being a sheriff or something, and they might shoot at them, especially if you're going to take their dog. They get kind of upset about that. During the day, they feel safer to get dogs. So we never saw any dog catchers ever. 35 years, I never saw one at nighttime, ever. Very rarely I even saw them during the day. Okay, but anyway, so we're driving along Major Street, and my partner said, "Hey, you never worked this black area, have you?" I said, "No, I'm new at all this. This is great." And he goes, "Because it's hot. I like it because it's active, man. I'm a what I call A officers. A officer and B officer. B officer takes reports and waves at people because he gets the same salary as an A officer. An A officer wants to stop every single person, every single gang member, every single wino. That's what I want to do. That's what we want to do." We figured that if we take one criminal, a righteous criminal off the street, he will not commit a crime that night, or 2 or 3 crimes. So we've eliminated a couple of crimes. That's the way we looked at it. 2 guys a night, 2 or 3 more crimes. That's what we eliminated for that night only. That's the way we looked at it, and I really truly believe that probably did, because we're stopping heroin users, crack addicts. They don't have jobs. They're stealing from you and you to get their stuff. Okay, I'm going off on tangents here, just so you know. Anyway. So he goes, yeah, so we have these dogs that are around, and I go, okay, fine. And he goes, they stop for lights at the traffic intersections. What? They won't cross the street unless it's a green light. Pick a finger, okay? No way. He goes, well, hang on. There's some right up there. I go, okay. He's pulling my chain. Big street. They're running, 3 or 4 of them running down the sidewalk. They're barking and having a good old time. Come up to an intersection. It's a red light for us. These dogs stop at the corner. I'm not lying. I swear I can give you the name of the officer if I could, but I won't. Okay. He goes, wait till the green light, because we're sitting at the red light. Light turns green, there they go. I'm like, no way, man. No way. He goes, I'm telling you. I said, let's follow him. What else we got to do? It's a quiet night. We already wrote a bunch of tickets, so let's get a little education here, okay? So I'm going, okay, fine. So I'm challenging him. I'm thinking, okay, did you train those dogs? He goes, I don't know those dogs. They're all a bunch of mutts. I mean, it's not somebody's dog. I go, so I'm like, okay, now I'm like, okay, let's follow these dogs. So they're oblivious to us, obviously. They're just running down the street, down the sidewalk. They're having a good old time. They're barking. They're sniffing places that they sniff, each other. Anyway, so down the next light, light's green, they run across. I go, oh, it's a coincidence the light's green anyway. He goes, oh, let's keep following them. Okay. So we go down, we're looking at a major street now. We're going, next street. They come running up, and they almost put on the skids. They run and they just stop, and they're standing there. Light's red, okay? They're standing there. And I'm like you, I'm looking at the camera, I'm like this. Light turns green, there they go. Okay, this is nuts. This can't be happening. He goes, so I kind of figured, and we were discussing this, okay, imagine now, we have nothing better to do, okay, it's a slow night. We figured that these dogs are probably trained to avoid cars. And I think, like, you have these seeing eye dogs or dogs that help blind people, and they do the same thing. They know the lights, they don't know colors, obviously, according to the experts, but they know the position of the light, they know the sound of the traffic, and they know to stop their owners. I've read several stories where owners have walked and the dogs have actually pulled them back because the dog knows it's not a green light. So we figured that's what it was. But I'll tell you, man, I saw him do that 4 times that night, and then later on, a month later, we're at another call, and I see these dogs, and I'm telling my probation, watch this, and he's like, he can't believe it either. I go, I don't know what it is. It's weird. Now, I'm not saying all dogs did it, but the ones we saw were doing it. Okay, so sorry about that, but full moon and these dogs, it's just bizarre. Okay, now that's maybe just a freak thing, but I'll tell you, man, you never know in this kind of business what you're going to have out there. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it, so I'm not trying to lie to you. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and hope to see you next time. I got a new assistant. Sorry about that.